Okay. How is our transmission going along? Pretty nicely. Ah yes, and we need to actually use this. Connection timed out. No connection. We don't have a connection because we are over the ice cap. Yeah, well, that makes sense, I suppose. I'm also looking at that electric charge, so we don't... Yes, and we've resumed transmitting. Good, good, good. Let's see about our orbit here. It's really difficult to read this kind of. So we are traveling around along this purple line, I suppose. Like there, and we are going to cross over to the other side there, and it's really laggy. Our periapsis will still be in space. Good. And we are still recording. That's a good good sign as well. So let's get this Geiger counter as well. Ah, we are getting some new records that I wasn't really expecting even. Yes, data received. Excellent, our researchers will jump in joy or whatever it said. We still have almost 6,000 electric charge or whatever. Let's look at all of these experiments. Yeah. What was I looking at just now? Ah, yes, these things. Uncrewed altitude records. Yes! Let's see here. Tail fin decoupler tank LR. It's not the one that had the parachute on. Mission success! The satellite is orbiting at a high inclination and it is giving our scientists ideas of how we can use this type of orbit. Excellent, excellent! Successful launch! This still doesn't... Ah, here's the one that we've recovered, 81.7%. Because those go by so quickly, I'm not trying to read those. Right, then and there. New altitude record, yes. And here. Pretty decently, we got that stage that had the parachute, so it really does pay off to put those ones there. Saddleroid. Excellent, excellent. And those are from our simulations even. Okay, this might take a while. What kind of a message do we have? 700 kilometers. Right about. And tropics. Excellent, excellent. So much science! Why is the temperature scan so ridiculously big? I don't know. Ah, we have some new messages. Huh. Those again? I don't know why. 25 times time warp. It's really not doing any favors to my computer. We are flying over the ocean blue. We are pretty close to... Yeah, well, we didn't go into the atmosphere just then. It might actually be kind of dangerous to be using a physics warp, since it won't stop, I don't think, when it enters the atmosphere, if we do enter the atmosphere. Ah, yes, I can probably look at this as well. Our periapsis is dropping, actually. It's because of the... because we are using that Principia mod, yes. It makes it all Wangyar. It is actually below below where it would go into the atmosphere thing. Where's Earth? There. So I want to be careful about this. Maybe I should do an orbital correction. Now it seems to be climbing again. Do we have an actual periapsis of a good number? 156, 156, 156. It seems like we do have one that isn't going to crash. And we still have a 5,500 electric charge. Charge! Our scientists will jump right on it, or whatever it says about that. Do we have... I've never really used this Kerbnet, even though it's in vanilla as well. We are over Lisanne's fissure. Field of view. We are over the ocean. There, so I suppose it wouldn't even show anything of interest. Cycloautomatic. Refresh. Well, refresh a little bit. There is something there. Is that an anomaly? I don't know. We are dropping. Hopefully not to... yes, it doesn't seem that we will be dropping low enough to hit the atmosphere. Connection is in progress. Oh, we don't have a connection. Oh well. New tentative. It might be a good idea to have this constantly visible here as well, but will it even let me? Maybe if I do like that. Yeah, there we go. There's our timer. We still have that one full stage left. It's pretty ridiculous. No, I don't want you to be transmitting that just yet. I'm still scared about hitting the atmosphere, though. It shows the periapsis dropping under 140 at times. I suppose it's that Kerbalism doesn't seem to work all that well with the better time warp thing, since it uses real life seconds instead of game seconds for that new tentative connections. Anyway, you know what? For the rest of this flight, I'll like fast forward or whatever in post production. So I won't be talking much. Whoops. Let's see here. I pressed the wrong button when I meant to slow down time warp. So instead it exploded. 125% time warp seems kind of deadly, now that I think about it. But I was going to deorbit that one anyway, so it really doesn't matter. Oh well. Do we have any debris from that, I wonder? Because really, I had all that full stage still, plenty of electric charge and whatnot. Nope, it's completely disintegrated. Perfect. Just like I wanted, actually. Yeah, I wonder what else we've done this time. Well, we've reached 1,000 kilometers with that one as well. Okay, so what's happening in our... I suppose we don't really need that orbiter one in the polar place. Well, like... I'll clean it up at my leisure. We have 741,081 space bucks, so that should be enough for a little while, I suppose. We could do tourism plus. We could do... Let's see here. What can we do? Like, not really those X-planes. I don't really like those. Sun synchronous orbit satellite. A sun synchronous orbit is a geocentric orbit that combines altitude and inclination in such a way that the satellite passes over any given point on the planet's surface at the same local solar time. Such an orbit can place a satellite in a constant sunlight and is useful for imaging spy and weather satellites. Place a satellite into a sun-synchronous orbit. Note that the sun-synchronous orbits are often slightly retrograde, as is this orbit. From the launch pad, be sure to fly northwest so it will take more delta V than a normal polar orbit. Okay, that I need some kind of schematics, pictures to actually visualize it. Oh well, eccentricity, it's a little bit eccentric apparently. Inclination above 95 degrees. Okay. I'll think about it between episodes, what that might actually mean even. So I'm not sure what we would do next. Maybe the these might also be nice to do at some point after I have expires. It doesn't seem to have any kind of end date. But anyway, this would get me some kind of a satellite network. It seems like a pretty decent one to have. So it's actually pretty useful in that respect as well. But we don't have the technology for any interesting probes, really. Let's see here. Where's there? Our tech. Well, we are pretty close to being finished on stability/early probes. And we are also fair ways into getting the tracking station as well upgraded. Survivability/early probes. Well, let's at least get to that one, and then we'll think about for some reason it just is so slow now. It's at that 6 million. Well, it seems to be researching it correctly. Yeah, it must just be the amount of visual and whatever mods that I have. Okay, now we've researched that. What would be 99 size? So good. Survivability could be useful if we are going to go for that unmanned survival one. Improved instrumentation. It would give me more science and better solar panels, I suppose. This communitron, it snaps under high dynamic pressure, but we actually have a relay antenna now access if we get this improved instrumentation. Do I get that one? I mean, I might want to go even more toward what's the word? Probes, satellites. Do we? Ah, yes, we do have those solar panels, of course. Electrics. There we would get even better solar panels. Omnipower, high gain antenna. I mean, if I'm going to build a satellite network, it would be sort of nice to have a high gain ones, but I suppose I can always I suppose I could put enough delta V to them to be able to deorbit as well. That would be difficult, let's say. So how about this improved instrumentation as well as maybe staged combustion? Or mature orbital rocketry also seems kind of nice. Mature, reasonably reliable orbital launch vehicles with higher performance lifters and upper stages. 1963. It's so difficult for me to visualize where these things stand in their efficiencies. I mean, I see these vacuum and whatnot efficiencies. This, for example, is really good in a vacuum. But also these, there are really good ones here for the vacuum, like this one, 345 ISP in vacuum. But these aren't really launch vehicles necessarily, maybe that one, like, and like this one as well. It just seems cheaper to go for the staged combustion. I kind of like these engines, to be honest. Anyway, how about this improved instrumentation? First of all, I would like that satellite network sooner rather than later, let's say. So I'm going to push pretty drastically toward that. Yes, that seems like a good idea. Yeah, and no, basic construction goes first. And we will be getting this tracking station already at so early. I could... It's 800,000 for the next upgrade for the research and development. That's pretty ridiculous. I don't have that kind of cash on hand. I need to do so many missions, I suppose. This will be 600,000. It's actually pretty decent. I can pretty much get that with that. And so... Nah, I'm not going to use strategy, so that's a no-go. I'm already upgrading the tracking station. Upgrading the vehicle assembly buildings or the space hangar don't really seem to be that useful. I'm not yet going to go heavily toward astronaut things. When I do, that's going to be a really good one to also get. Runway... the same thing, I'm not going to go for planes. Mission control, it's going to be cheap when I do decide I feel like getting that. I suppose I could start getting it as well. It's only 60,000 and I would like it done at some point. it's still going to take a ridiculous amount of time to get the improved instrumentation, so let's put like 1 point into there, 1 point, and maybe one more into R&D even? A question mark? I'm not sure at all whether I want to use the what's that other space center that's often used, anyway, that one. I mean, I don't know about so much about launching to the moon with this real solar system thing. We are getting diminishing returns when getting more science, so I suppose not really needed then. Anyway, I'm going to do a quick saving just in case these don't upgrade successfully. Okay, it's going to be a long wait then now. I'm going to sit on that one upgrade point there. I suppose Principia might be what's making it slow that much down. I mean, it's calculating probably all sorts of... Well, wasn't it like that that the planets are still on rails and whatnot, though? I'm not sure. Still, it seems slower than before. This time warping business. You should go faster than that now. It's fine. We are still in the year 1954. You know what? I'm not going to make you sit through all of this. Bye. I'll get this done off screen.